How many more objections do you think it's gonna be? Alright. See if I can do this. We can do better. Oh, but can we do it fast enough? Faster! I have to wait. I have to do the whole turnover? Are you kidding me? That's so annoying. No way it works like that. It rewinds the whole turn? I thought it just played the card again.
Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video and the latest expansion across the time waste, which by the way, it's coming out November 4th. We have a giveaway going on for 2 regular pre-orders and 3 mega bundles to enter that giveaway. Like and comment in the video link down description below, the one with that thumbnail. But that expansion is going to have a brand new keyword in Rewind, where we've had a bunch of Rewind cards shown so far. And as you may have known, a card like Mr. Clocksworth is a free legendary playable in the game right now. And as you may have saw in the opening intro, poor Martian Boo, go drop him a follow, a sub or whatever to, you know, make up for whatever the hell he went through on that turn. Rewind is pretty funky. It's kind of ridiculously slow and feels like it might create an issue where just like the old Dormu could like skip turns or make things just odd, that this card or this mechanic just seems to be a little bit, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be working quite as well as some people would like. We'll kind of showcase what's going on, talk about if it's fixable, what, you know, the ramifications of it all are. It's just a really interesting one because it's pretty rare that a keyword or anything in the game makes the game feel kind of worse or just clunky and slow, right? Like, it's really odd. So we'll take a look at that. If you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, and plus you want to enter that giveaway, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like as it helps the channel out a lot. So there was a Reddit thread a few days ago with the new Rewind mechanic is game breakingly slow. And actually, before we even get into that, I have loaded up Hearthstone itself. We have a game state where I have an active shutter block. So let's clear that off. And we'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with this mechanic. I'm going to move my face a little bit smaller up here, and we are going to play the new card, Mr. Clocksworth, which kind of exacerbates the issue, right? It's got 3 rewinds on it. We have no idea if any other card will have multiple on it, but we have 3 rewinds on it, plus a triple battle cry. I have an unlimited timer, so we're not going to really see the constraints of the rope here, but let's just take a look and see, yeah, how silly this can all be. So let's play it. Let's see what happens when you play it. It's going to spawn 2 legendaries, spawn 2 legendaries, spawn 2 legendaries. This comes up, I click rewind, and just look how long this is going to take. The sand comes up. There's things going on. I still can't play anything. The card is replayed. Look how many times, like, I'm still have not touched the game. It resummons. This is a pretty good one, honestly. I kind of want to keep it, but for the sake of the video, let's rewind again. And then the full sand goes over and goes through everything. The card's put back in your hand. It's pretty impressive that they can do this. Let's be real. The tech is really cool on this card, or this mechanic. But look how slow it is, right? It's really, really slow. Again, we could rewind. Can you imagine if we had the rope going, right? If we had the rope going, it's going to take like your entire turn, or in the case of Martian with weird interactions, it'll pass your turn, right? And again, we summon, you get the idea. It is incredibly slow. Oh, we got a dormant. It made it all weird. It's really, really slow. And if it wasn't for being against the innkeeper, yeah, we're probably in a different spot right now. Let's go over some of the comments, which are basically echoing a lot of what I've read. A lot of comments on my videos about the mechanic, where it's like game breakingly slow. It's like, it should be like Reno. Sand, just cover the screen and move away, not for 3 seconds. I really don't understand why they gotta make those animations so incredibly slow. In a game like Hearthstone, where each second matters, especially in later turns, spending half of your time sitting and waiting for the animations to finish should not be a thing. The game would be much more competitive if they increase animation speed. It's not as bad as with semi-stable portal, and I will mention, like, it's kind of a bad thing that it's Mr. Clocksworth is the most accessible card, because again, it only it has 3 rewinds. Every other card that we've seen only has 1. It won't be nearly as bad, to be fair. Instead, only has a single rewind on it, but is exceptionally slow, and I'm worried it's gonna get really grating with multiple cards being played that have the keyword. And that's true. Like, what if you have multiple rewind cards you want to play in one turn, right? That is absolutely going to be a thing. They need to have an option in the menu to at least speed up the animations or remove them completely. I've gotten pretty decent at taking my turns quickly playing Quest Mage, but every time the quest completes and I have to wait for the animation to get the weapon in my hand to play, it gets annoying. And then there has been the discussion of like, should you be able to turn off animations in Hearthstone? There are ways to like hack in the client apparently do that, but people get banned for that, right? That's against TOS. And to me, I feel like they almost balance around animations sometimes, like these miracle decks. I don't think it's a great way of balancing. Cards should just, cost mana, but it's certainly a way they factor things in over time. Is it possible that this is not just animation time? And this is what I want to talk about here, because I believe this is very much the case, that it's not just animation time, but rather time needed to process the reset of the board. Some effects can initiate a whole sequence of events that needs to be wound back. Does the server actually need the time delay to perform the work? I don't know anything about this kind of server process. I'm just speculating. The thing is, from my understanding, the whole the sand going over and covering it up is kind of just hiding the game or reloading the state, because remember, it's got to bring it back to a prior state before everything happened. It's not as simple as just play a battle cry, the battle cry happens, it's something new. They need to reverse everything and bring it back to the state where the card's in your hand and then gets replayed. And my understanding is, there's a good chance that this animation time is slow, not because they want it to be, because it's been pretty clear throughout the history of Hearthstone, even with Forge and all these different type of effects that have a bit more of a crazy animation to it, that they want it to be as streamlined, as smooth as possible, because Hearthstone has always been, it was always strived for its aesthetic and its visual appeal to be the best in the card game industry, and it basically has achieved that. The only competitor out there, to me, that's ever come close is Marvel Snap, especially in mobile. Marvel Snap looks phenomenal, and then after that, probably Legends of Runeterra is pretty darn close, but they're gonna make an intentional effort to make it look as smooth and as good as possible. And to me, Rewind, it looks like, again, this is my opinion, I'm speculating, it's a necessary evil, the mechanic where you kind of even hear it reloading. I feel like they're using it to hide what's going on behind the scenes. And yeah, there are people speculating that could be happening. So what could they do to make it better? Well, maybe there's a way to speed it up. Maybe there's a way to turn off animations. I just worry that, maybe you could turn off the animation on this card, right? But it might just show the thing loading. It might not actually speed things up, because again, that sand animation might just be covering up behind the scenes stuff, which I think is incredibly likely considering how long it takes, and why would they ever want it to take that long? I don't think this is a choice, but again, we could find out with the patch. Maybe it is. Maybe they could speed this up dramatically, but it definitely hurts competitive play where time matters on turns. We all know that. And depending on how good Rewind cards, so far, Mr. Clocksworth, not amazing. There's a ramp druid deck out there that actually looks kind of good. I might try and get a video on it. I think Jombre made it. But overall, you only play it once there. I think it's a lot more reasonable. But yeah, with a shutter block and all that, it makes it pretty darn ridiculous. So I just thought I'd talk about it. I've seen a lot of people complain about the mechanic. Kind of wanted to give my idea of why it might be the way it is. It might just be not really workable around. And then again, if a mechanic is like that in the game, should they introduce it, right? Should they make Rewind if it can't work as well as they would possibly want it, right? To me, I think it's okay, right? So far, the only really bad example is that legendary, which again, we don't know if any other cards can have triple Rewind. We'll have to wait and see, when the expansion launches, and maybe there's a deck you want to play a bunch of Rewind cards, if it makes it really bad there too, and you're like, oh man, this is really awful. But as it stands right now, I'm kind of okay with it. I feel like if it's, a necessary thing, they can't really speed it up that much, I think it's okay. But yeah, if it turns out not to be, I just feel like they've got to do something to speed it up, because you can't really have a game be functionally worse because of an animation and mechanic. That's just not great, right? That's not great. And we've even seen, like, back in the old days with Shutterwalk, right? It would repeat things. It was really slow. They sped all that up. They made that a lot better. So that was something where it started slow and they made it better. Maybe this is something they could do there. Again, I just have a sneaking suspicion that's not quite the case. Anyways, I'm just repeating myself. Let me know what you think about this all in the comments down below. Card reveals will begin again tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. We're starting the rest of the card reveals for like the next 2 weeks or so are all class reveals, so should be a lot more exciting. Trust me, some of those fabled cards look so freaking cool. I have to tell you, I cannot wait for you guys to see some of them. They're so cool. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.